I'm Charlie Nave. I'm the site lead and director of Creative Destruction Lab in Melbourne. This is the first year CDL has expanded into the APAC region. And there's incredible talent down in Australia and in APAC, and it'll be a pleasure to introduce one of the graduates of the CDL site today. The company I'm introducing focuses on the production of green ammonia, or the addressing green ammonia production, which is very critical to get into a carbon neutral future. Its production consumes around 2% of global energy output each year, with the incumbent process emitting approximately 2 tonnes of carbon dioxide per tonne of ammonia produced. Addressing this challenge is Jupiter Ionics, a technology founded by Monash researchers and represented today by CEO Charlie Day. Jupiter Ionics has just closed a $9 million Series A round to fund further development of its technology as a scalable solution for the transition towards a carbon neutral future. Please join me in welcoming Jupiter Ionics.
Of Jupiter Ionics, I have the unenviable task of standing between you and the food at morning tea. And I bet you weren't thinking, as you were thinking about the food you're going to eat, about the carbon footprint of the fertiliser that made that possible. But today I want to take the next 5 minutes to talk about exactly that, because the fertiliser that makes our food supply possible depends on synthetic man-made fertiliser. And without that fertiliser, half of the world's food supply would be at threat. Today I want to talk to you about our breakthrough process to make fertiliser that is carbon neutral. Why is that important? Well, because at the heart of man-made fertiliser is a problem. Because if you want to make fertiliser, you have to start by making ammonia. And the process that we use to make ammonia is a century-old process that was built for a world where fossil fuels were abundant. And the process generates, as Charlie mentioned, 2 tonnes of CO2 for every tonne of ammonia that you make. That's contributing 2% of the world's CO2 emissions, even as it's feeding half the planet. It also, by virtue of the chemistry involved, tends to be a very capital-intensive process. And it's also a very centralised process. Unfortunately for us, centralised in some geopolitically challenging parts of the world in our current environment. That collection of challenges makes decarbonisation of ammonia production one of the knottiest problems in industrial decarbonisation. But it's a problem that we need to solve, and it's a problem worth solving. That's why I want to talk to you today about the process to make green ammonia. Green ammonia, just ammonia that has no carbon emissions associated with it. Wouldn't it be great if we could make ammonia just using renewable energy? I'm here to tell you it would be even better, because we not only get the benefit of decarbonising fertiliser production, we can also decarbonise other sectors of the economy. We can decarbonise fuel used in international shipping, and we can potentially transport renewable energy across international borders. What that means collectively is that the ammonia market in 2050 is not just going to be a little bit bigger than its current size, it's going to be 3 or 4 times its current scale. But we're standing here in 2024 and the world has barely begun to build the infrastructure to actually make green ammonia at any significant scale. And that's where Jupiter Ionics comes into the picture. We have rethought the ammonia production process from the ground up, using electrochemical technologies that borrow from sectors like hydrogen production and battery technology to make green ammonia using just renewable energy, water and air. What you see in the picture there is a prototype of the world's most advanced electrochemical ammonia system in our labs. Crucially, our system not only makes ammonia, it does it in a way that is modular and flexible. Modularity is important because as we move to a renewably powered future, the ability to site your ammonia production close to renewables means you can access the cheapest power. It also happens that those distributed renewables are often in the countryside where they need ammonia, where they need fertiliser. And that, of course, results in a much simpler supply chain, saving costs in transport and emissions in transport. Now, our CDL journey started last year. As Charlie mentioned, we're one of the first cohort in Melbourne CDL lab. And thanks to the guidance of our mentors, I see are in the audience today, we've seen significant growth through the CDL program. We raised 6 million US, Charlie said 9, that's the Australian dollars, but 6 million US from investors during the program. We've secured a grant of $1.6 million from the Australian government, and we've grown our R&D team by 25%. What that's done is enabled us to really lay the foundations for our strategy, and that's really based on 3 things: people, technology, and partners. On the people front, I have 20 years in deep tech commercialisation, and our co-founder, Doug McFarlane, is a world-recognised leader in the field of green ammonia. On the technology front, we have a portfolio of 5 patent families, global patent families, and our work has been peer-reviewed in publications like Science and Nature. And we've already been able to secure partnerships with leading industrial companies that have the expertise and the industry connections to help us get to market. And so on those foundations over the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to take that prototype that I showed you in the photo and turn that into a commercial scale ammonia production system, making tonnes of ammonia per day. Why has that got our customers so excited? Well, when we talk to them, they tell us that this is breakthrough technology for them because it immediately delivers 0 carbon emissions from production. Moreover, it delivers less volatility in the price of production. And critically, it comes with lower capital intensity. So existing players in the ammonia market love those features. But it also opens up the potential to deliver ammonia in new regions that are not currently served by the dirty ammonia industry. And it also, as I mentioned before, enables us to accelerate decarbonisation in new markets where ammonia is not currently used. So I've flown all the way from Australia for one simple reason. I think there are people in this room who can talk to me and add a lot of value to my company in 3 key areas: taking industrial hardware like this to scale, production and handling of ammonia at scale, and the challenges of financing and pilot and first-of-a-kind units. If you're a person who likes to talk about that, who has experience in doing that, please scan my QR code and come and have a chat. Thanks very much.